With a win over Fulham, Potter's first home game, can he make it back-to-back victories? This is the big match preview. We are taking on Crystal Palace at the London Stadium on Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff. That's a rarity in the Premier League nowadays. Dan, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, mate, I'm good. I'm alive. I'm buzzing with just the Potter era beginning so brightly. I'm enjoying football again. Can you imagine it? It's been ever so long since I've enjoyed watching my team play football, and I'm feeling optimistic for the future. That's for sure.
That's it, mate. Listen, when you we took touch on the Fulham game. It was, can't say we weren't entertained. It was a very entertaining game. 5 goals. Could have been a bit more comfortable for us, but it's one of them. But with the side that we put out, you saw some improvements in the way the team are more together under Potter.
Yeah. That's massive. That is massive. The togetherness of the team. You can see the lifting of the morale. They just seem to. You look at the players, just seem much more happy. They seem to understand what he's trying to do, and that's everything. Look, I know there's a lot of people that are saying, "Listen, let's not get carried away. Let's relax." I know some people are saying that, but right now, I just want to enjoy the here and now. I just want to enjoy the positivity around the club. Could things just end up coming crashing down? Yeah, of course it could. Look, when Sullivan's in charge, you're always, around the corner from a disaster. But I feel like we've got the right man in for the job. And whatever happens, even if we don't get back into all of that, I just want to enjoy my team, watching them play. I want to see a team that works hard, that fights on the pitch, that I recognize as a West Ham team. And for now, that's what I see. Like I said, we lost against Villa. We was happy after with the performance. We was proud of the team, even though we lost. You can't ask for more than that. They put a shift in, and that's on Potter.
And that's what we've said all along, mate. Isn't it? It's not so much you're going to get beat in football. You can be the best team on the day and still get beat sometimes. But it's, if you're going to lose, it's about how you lose. And against Villa, we made a good showing of ourselves. And in the end, okay, a bit of luck. In games you have to create your own luck in a way, and luck went against us. Decisions went against us against Villa. But then the game against Fulham, luck was on our side a bit. Fulham missing a few chances. And we're going to need a bit of that luck going into the game against Palace on Saturday. They're unbeaten since the turn of the year. I think they got beat by Arsenal 5-0, and since then they're unbeaten. They kept 3 clean sheets in that space of time, and they have got some very, very good attacking players that are going to cause us a lot of problems. We need to be defensively on the ball a lot more than what we was against Fulham, I think.
Yeah, that's the big issue at the moment, is the defense. Even though I think it's miles better than what it was, much more organized, we've just still got those little holes in us. And I think, it can't be sort of overstated just how much of a good job he's able to do with this squad in the shape it's in, the injuries. Crazy to lose Bowen and Somerville and Fulkrug and Todibo. There are 4 players there that going forward, I think are regular starters. 4 players 100%. That start every week in this team. And then you add to that, obviously, Antonio, which is another option, attacking option. For him to be able to get us ticking like that, we had a team of what was it, like 6 midfielders or so, it was just crazy. So, yes, right now it's not the best, but you can be confident in the future that, when he gets his players in, when he gets players back, I think Bowen is going to benefit massively from Potter. We're going to see Bowen back to his best. And I'm hearing that from Potter that he's dying to come back, and I don't blame him. It's looking much more positive. So, the defense isn't great. Still some issues. Mavropanos has those errors in him still,
unfortunately.
But we're much more organized, and we're not playing that, sort of suicidal high line so much as we was playing, where it was everyone was up the pitch.
Yeah, you saw the work over the 2 games that he's been in charge, you've seen the work ethic of the side completely change in dynamic. You know, we're pressing them much more than we did. You know, we looked. You know, all 3 goals basically come from us pressing and forcing mistakes from Fulham. Which, as much as teams like that are, and Fulham are having a good season, it's what you've got to do. You've got to put them under pressure. You know, under Lopetegui, we wasn't doing that to teams enough. You know, you've seen 2
We've only
different.
done it under Moyes, did we? Like when you look at it, there was that Tottenham game where we pressing caused the errors and that, and in the next week we just didn't do it, and then we didn't do it the week after. It was like, well, where's that gone? Yeah. And we seem to be doing it a little bit more consistently. Obviously, it's 2 games in, but you know, 2 games in a row now, we've got to see our teams press and try and win the ball high up the pitch rather than sitting back, soaking up pressure, waiting for them to, you know, put a cross in that we head away and then trying to start a counter. Which is just scrappy football. You know, you want to see us take the initiative, and that's what we've been doing a lot more. You know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's going to be very, very difficult because you said the players that are injured there. You know, I don't know whether Todibo is going to be back on and available, whether Somerville as well. You know, whether they just kept him out more precautionary from anything else. But it's going to be interesting to see how we set up again. You know, we didn't have a recognised striker in the entire squad, but we had Danny Ings as the only recognised striker in the entire squad, and obviously he doesn't fancy him as a starter in the system that he's picking at the moment. You know, whether it is because he wants that press from the early start, and obviously Ings is getting a bit older and he probably couldn't do that for a long period of time. You know, but he did do it to lead to the goal against Fulham. You know, that's somewhere we've really, really got to deal with going forward. But you know, like you said, we started the game with 6 midfielders, centre midfielders, I think, or 5 centre midfielders, you know, whatever it was. And it's crazy that we actually went on and got a result out of that. And we can't ride our luck as much going into this Palace game. We've got to be a bit more defensively solid. We need to start seeing that from the side, you know, with a team that has, if he starts a similar side that we saw against Fulham, you know, you've got 2 holding midfielders in there, as in Rodriguez and Alvarez. Then you've got Souček, who's we know can play in that holding role as well. So you're looking at, you've got 4 defenders, 3 holding midfielders, and we still conceded the amount of chances we conceded. You know, maybe because we didn't have that main focal outlet of a forward. That could be why we give up a lot of chances in the game, because we didn't have that outlet. You know, and the other thing I was pleased with Potter is he see that Kudus wasn't playing well. Whether Kudus is probably our best attacking player in the squad, he took him off because you're not holding up the ball. You're not doing what I need you to do. You're not making the runs we need you to make. So off you come.
I think part of that was also an eye on Palace as well. 3 games in the space of a week. I see some article that was like, oh yeah, like Potter put arrogant Kudus in his place. And I'm like, I mean, Potter come out and said, you know, he has to think about the Palace game and there's a lot of football. And so part of it is that. So, yeah, I mean, look, there was a point
game management.
Game management and player rotation. Like this is going to be the busiest period of football we're playing for the whole season, rest of the season, you know. So we have to manage what we've got because there's so many players missing. But it's interesting, you know, I see quite a few people talking about, you know, where could this team finish this season? And listen, there's no expectations and pressure on Potter apart from keeping us in this league, which is looking more and more likely with those 3 points, because we're 10 points off of the bottom 3, but we are now only 2 points off of top 10.
Yeah.
So that is what I'm eyeing. I think that's what we can chase. I think, look, we're only, 9 points from 7th, which is 8 points from 8th, which could be a European finish this season, 8th. So, yeah, it's possible, but I just think it's a little bit of a step too far. We'll see how quickly Bowen could be back early. Somerville, we can see if we get reinforcements in, when we get all our players back, maybe we could go on a run. But I think it's quite a lot of ground to make up, but it's possible. But I think, like, if we can aim for that top 10, a top 10 finish up this season, salvaging it would be great. Like
massively, it'd be a massive achievement to get there. You know, to be pushing. Like you said, we're not far off of it. You know, we've that win distance ourselves from the bottom lot a bit, which is what we needed. You know,
Yeah.
you look at things going forward. This game is a key game. This is no disrespect to Palace. They're in a similar situation to us realistically of where they are in the league and all that. But we've got to be beating Palace. These are the games. You beat the teams that are down and in and around us. They're the ones you worry. You forget about your big boys who are pushing for the title or pushing for the Champions League. Concentrate on beating those that are below you and just above you. And Palace is one of them sides. As I said, they've got some talented players. Chalabar's just gone back to Chelsea. He's been recalled from his loan deal with them. Because I don't think he's got in the side lately. As I said, they've kept 3 clean sheets in their last 5
No,
games. So they're
he
going to
was
be
he was actually a regular Chalobah
yeah,
in
and
the
that's
Palace side, and
yeah.
that was I think that was kind of nasty from Chelsea because they isolated this lad, forced him to train by himself, sent him to Palace. He's getting regular game time, and then they want to recall him back. Like,
Right, mate, I'm hoping him recalling him back, so we're going in to buy him because he's what we need in our back line. We're screaming out for a decent defender. Got a bit about him, got a bit of pace about him as well. Young, wants to prove himself. He's the perfect thing for what we need to come into our back line. So I'm hoping it's been recalled for us to go in for a cheeky bid. But we'll wait and see on that one. But that's gonna be a loss
Strikers
again.
in it. I think strikers going to be. We do need a centre back, especially if he wants to play a back 5. Like we are very light. But I think getting a striker in is huge. We're going to have just Danny Ings for the rest of the season. So that's going to be.
That's the thing is, Dan, is that we need that. You can't, even if Bowen is back quicker than expected, he's still going to be another week, possibly 2 weeks away, and then he's got to get himself back to full fitness. Antonio's out for the season. Fulkrug's going to be at least, I reckon, 6 weeks.
Yeah. Well, we're pushing for this Awaniyi from Forest. And I really hope if we do get him, it's just a loan because he just looks like a poor man's Michail Antonio to me. And he's injury prone as well. I don't rate that. If they want 20 million, if we spend 20 million on him, then I'm going to be starting to get disillusioned again. Obviously, look, he could come in and be brilliant and it could be something that I don't know, but I'm just not. He's been kept out of the side by Chris Woods. He's playing brilliant, but it's Chris Woods. I don't think coming in being anything special.
But he did all right from towards the end of last season, if memory serves me right.
He did, but you look at his record. He's not really prolific. He doesn't exactly. I don't know if he's got double figures yet for Forest or maybe just once in one season. I think he's only got double. He's not been prolific. But he's one of them, like, again, Antonio, where, okay, he's a focal point, he's a physical presence, all of that stuff, not necessarily going to get you the goals, right? That's fine. But I just don't know if that's exactly what we need. I really wanted to see a certain profile striker that has that pace, that can really run in behind, that can create something for themselves. And, I just don't. And plus, the injury record doesn't fill me with confidence, considering we've got 2 strikers that are injured for the rest of the season. We're going to bring in this other geezer who's got a poor injury record. Alone that desperation, because I agree with Potter, right? We don't want to sign players for the sake of signing players. We are 10 points off the drop. We could sign someone and have got a great run and potentially get Europe, but it's very unlikely. So I would rather not sign someone out of desperation and then we're stuck with them, then let's see if we can just deal with what we've got for now and then give him some serious money in the summer and then go on, and really go for it next season. Like this season, I just don't want to end up with another Danny Ings.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah, and that's the thing. You don't want to be signing someone just for the sake of signing someone. You want to be signing the right person. And if it is a loan deal, a loan deal will probably suit both parties more with a loan if they have a loan to an obligation, depending on how well the player does. And that's how you've got to look at it. That's what you want to do. You need to sit there, and also it gives Potter a time to work out what he needs within the side. So I'm with you. You don't want to panic. You don't want to go and buy someone and give them ridiculous wages like we did with Danny Ings in this situation before. a loan deal is the best bet. And then that way, if you bring the forward in on loan, he's not working out, and then your players come back, you can always phase him back out of the side again.
Yeah.
But
we'll
we've
probably
got
need 2 strikers in the summer. Ings is going for free. Antonio, we don't know how long he's going to be back. Fulkrug, I don't know what we're going to do with him, what his future is at the club. So we're probably going to need 2 strikers next season. We're going to have to make sure, especially like whoever's going to be our main striker, is the guy for us that is going to fit how we want to play going forward, is going to suit us and just be and that has to be someone, I think, a bit younger. I'm not saying he has to be like a 20-year-old or 21-year-old, but he's got to be closer to 20 than 30.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. I'm with you on there, But look at it this game, Palace obviously set up their system as a 3 at the back with a 3 up top. I think the midfield is really going to be the key battle for us. We'll probably set up in a similar way we did with a 4-2-3-1 system, even though at times it looked like Souček was playing more as another striker alongside, especially in attacking position.
He's very advanced.
Yeah. And we saw that in the game against Villa as well. It was it wasn't a 2 up front. It was like a 1-1, if you get what I mean. One just a player sitting a bit deeper, and it was good to see. It's good to see Potter doing different things to what we've seen over the years. We've still got that same bloody kickoff. I don't think you're going to be able to coach that out of the team for a long time. It's something we've got to work on. But with Palace, the players have got. Look, Eze is always going to be a threat. Sarr's a good player as well. The striker they've got, I think he's got 2 in his last 2 as well. So they do worry me going forward, Palace. This isn't the Palace that we played back at the start of the season. This is a completely different Palace who are looking to climb the table, and they've got the attacking players that can hurt us. So we defensively need to be a lot more on the ball, I think.
Yeah.
Something I don't know whether Todibo is going to be back for this one. I think if he is fit, I think he should come back in for Mavropanos, because Mavropanos, again, I like the guy. The guy is a player, but he makes too many mistakes.
Yeah, he's too error prone. I don't think Todibo will be back. I don't think any of the injured players will be back. I think Somerville, they're doing the right thing, being a bit more cautious with it, because you don't want to bring him back and then he worsens it and gets a more serious hamstring injury. So I think it's a case of wait until he's completely, fully healed, like there's no trace of it. And then, because I just think he's going to be such a key player for us in Potter's system. Like the way he played in that first half against Villa was unreal. The defensive work he was doing, the work he was doing getting forward. So yeah, he's massive. So I think like it's important not to rush anyone back. Which I don't think it will. And look, if we can manage to get another 3 points with this team, bloody hell. And then we've got a week then till I think we go to, is it Villa away again or Chelsea?
Yeah, I think it's we got Chelsea. Is it? Hang on, let's have a look. Let's quickly get it up.
Yeah, we've got it's either
Villa away and then Chelsea away.
Yeah, so they're going to be 2 tough games where we're going to need our better players back. They're talking about he could be back by the end of the month. Like he's recovered really quickly.
Well, that'd be good. Having him back. I wouldn't rush him back for Chelsea, but to have Bowen fit and available for Brentford would be a big thing.
Yeah,
saying that though, the way Chelsea are playing this season at the moment, they're not in a great vein, rich of form, are they? So we probably do want him back for that one, but. Yeah, we got to get past Palace first, and then go from there. So, what are you expecting lineup wise, mate? Do you think very much similar to what we saw against Fulham?
Yeah, I think so. I think with the injuries and that we've got, I think I'd probably keep it very much the same. Paqueta, I think, is just so much improved under Potter. He really seems to be enjoying himself again. He seems to be getting him back to his best. I was really impressed with Paqueta against Fulham. So yeah, look. Let's stick with it, and then try and get our players back, and then start changing it up.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, mate. I think that was the strongest side we could have put out with the players that we had available. I thought Danny Ings did enough when he come on to possibly warrant getting a start in this game. Whether he'll do that, I don't know. I think if we do probably line up exactly the same way, I think it'd be a bit more predictable for Palace to work us out a little bit. But then saying that, they've had another few days to work on it in training. Like you said, the togetherness of the squad seems to be a lot more. They were playing for each other. I see an article today that Potter's told the players that are injured, "You're going to be at the game," and they were all at the game. All sitting behind the dugout, which we never saw under Lopetegui. I very rarely saw that under Moyes. So it's bringing that team camaraderie back, and that's what you need. And when you're in a negative situation, you need to rally the people around you. So bringing the squad together and having the players bonding a bit better, gives a bit more togetherness on the pitch, which I think we did see that in the 2 games that Potter's just, the recent time that Potter's been here, we've seen a bit more togetherness. So hopefully that can take us over the line in this Palace game. As I said, a bit more stronger defending would be definitely needed. But what do you think score-wise, mate?
I'm going to go... Do you know, part of my gut feels like it's got a draw written all over it. But I'm going to edge it to West Ham. I'm backing the boys. Positivity around the club. And just, we can actually, carry this into the next game. We're back-to-back home games. We've had an extra day's rest than Palace as well. So hopefully we should be a little bit sharper. And I just think as well, it's gonna, if he does stick it the same, then back-to-back play in this system, they kind of know maybe some of the mistakes that they made in the Fulham game, and then can, sort of improve in this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair. I think it's going to be a draw, mate. I'm going for a Desmond. I think it'll be 2-2. I don't see us keeping a clean sheet, but I do think we have got enough to score against them. So I'm going for a 2-2 draw. I fancy Paquetá to score again. He looks revitalised under Potter. So I'm going to go for him to score again as well. So we will.
It should be massive. He's got 2 in 2 so far. So why not 3 in 3?
Exactly.
Yeah, that'll be huge. Before we go, I just want to plug my event on the 24th of January. This is London Live at the Hippodrome Casino in Leicester Square. It is going to be a very fun night. Me, Lee Judges from AFTV representing Arsenal, Don the Chelsea fan, Deji the Spurs fan, D the Palace fan, so hopefully I get to rub it into him. We're going to be just debating a range of hot button topics, and we're going to have interaction with the audience, Q&As, and then we're going to meet up with you all afterwards and have a drink and just have a good time, really. So you can get this £10 ticket, you can scan the QR code on the screen, or I'll put the link down below after we've finished doing this. And there's going to be some prizes, and it's just a good night. So like I said, it could be great to see some of you, meet some of you for the first time that I haven't met, and see some of you again that I have met. So it'd be great to have you along. 7:45, 24th of January, Leicester Square, Hippodrome Casino. So, all right, there we go. We're back. So a good one.
There you go, Steve. So you should have told me about that earlier, mate. I would have made arrangements to come along.
Yeah, do you know what? It's been very short turnaround in terms of we've got material, and they've given us very, very short notice. So it'll be good. But everyone's listen, if you're about, then come down. Like I said, it's going to be a fun night.
Unfortunately, mate, you'll be there and I'll be here, filming Friday Night Pint. So,
yeah. See, people dividing their loyalties. What do you want to do? Well, let's come down. We'll do Friday Night Pint in the Hippodrome.
Well, we'll have to sit and chat to Nicky and sort that one out. But we'll go from there. But cheers for joining me tonight, mate. Thank you, everyone in the chat. It's nice doing these little live ones. We don't really read out the comments, but we see all your comments. So thank you for all of them.
It helps. So sometimes you'll bring up something that we haven't thought about, and it influences the conversation.
Exactly. And on Lee's comment there, no one's hit me. I walked into a beam in a loft the other day, so my own fault. Weren't looking where I was going. But as I said, thank you very much. Check out all the other content. We'll be back tomorrow night for Friday Night Pint. All match day content, fan cams after the game, possibly a PMP. We'll have to wait and see. Nicky will be back for the morning after show on the Sunday, and then we build up again next week to the video game as well. So just one thing left to say, mate.
Come on, you Irons.
Come on, you Irons.
Is that awkward bit where I have to end the stream?
Yeah.
Come on, you Irons.